Hello reviewers, a very warm welcome to our channel. It's very good to have you here. In this video we are going to have a look at how to inspect your car alternator rotor. The alternator rotor is a rotating magnetic field that will generate electricity on the stator winding of the alternator. Now if the rotor winding goes bad, then your charging system will not be functioning. So in this video we are going to have a look at how to inspect car rotor. It's a very simple test. There are basically very few tests that you can perform. For example, there is a winding in here. You will check the continuity of the winding. It has to be a continuous wire that comes up right here and get connected to the slip rings. So electricity will be supplied from the slip ring to this rotor winding. So you will check the continuity of the winding. That is one test. And the winding, it has to be insulated from these iron cores. There are iron cores, there is a metallic iron shaft. The winding, it should be insulated from all these metal parts, so that we are going to check the grounding test. So basically these are the two major electrical tests that you can perform on a functional rotor. And there are different methods of testing. You can test it once it is removed. It's easy to test, but if it is not removed from your vehicle, the first thing you have to do is do a magnetic test. The magnetic test is a very simple test. You can do a screwdriver for this test. Once your engine is turned off, then you can turn on the ignition key and simply tap the rotor end with a magnetic metal piece. It could be a screwdriver. If it is installed on your alternator, you can simply turn the ignition key on and tap right here. If you feel a strong magnetism, it means the rotor winding is okay. If you don't feel any magnetism, it could indicate a problem with the magnetic generation of the rotor. If you feel a strong magnetic pull, this is good. It means the rotor windings are likely intact and it is receiving voltage from the voltage regulator. If there is no voltage supplied to this, there is no magnetism. Or if the coil winding of the rotor is somehow disconnected, there is no magnetism. But if you feel a strong magnetism right here, that indicates the rotor winding is good. If there is weak magnetism or no magnetism at all, this indicates a problem either with the winding or with the circuit that is providing voltage to the rotor coil. So this is a very simple test that you can do with your alternator still installed in the vehicle. Once it is removed, you can go ahead and do bench test. That is what we are going to have a look at in this video. Well, the first thing, always begin by visual inspection. Check for the condition of the slip ring. You can check the condition of the slip ring, if they are intact or not, if they are worn out, or if they are permanently damaged, they either need to be replaced or the rotor has to be replaced. So begin by visual inspection. And there are winding tips that are coming out from this coil and they get soldered right here. They get soldered to the slip ring right here. There is one soldered here and the other is soldered 180 degree opposite. So check to see if this is good or not. So visually inspect this, and you can also visually inspect the condition of the winding itself. Just have a look at the winding. If there are any visible damage, it indicates sign of trouble. So the first thing is visual inspection. Check the slip ring, the windings, and all those parts are to be inspected. If you see any wear on the slip ring, if you see any burn marks, then that indicates trouble. Dark, burned or pitted rings can cause high resistance and poor charging, and they can sometimes be cleaned by very fine sandpaper. You can remove any irregularity or you can smooth them out. You can use a very fine sandpaper such as a 400 grit or higher, or you can also turn them on a lathe. But if they are deeply grooved, then either the slip ring assembly can be removed and replaced, or the entire rotor assembly has to be removed. There are suppliers who can supply you slip rings. You can simply solder out this winding and then pull this out and you can replace new slip ring. If you are not sure how to replace, there is a video that we have generated on this ABJ Garage channel that shows how to remove the slip ring and then install it back. You can have a look at that. We'll leave a link of a video that shows how the slip ring can be removed in the description below. And then also make sure you check the condition of the shaft. The shaft has to be intact. There should be no bending, and there should be no deformation on the shaft. You can spin the rotor by hand, and it should spin freely inside the alternator. When you hold the bearing and spin it freely inside the alternator, it should be spinning freely. Otherwise, if it is not spinning freely, it indicates either worn out bearings. These bearings, they should run free. If you see any kind of roughness, any kind of irregularity, it indicates bearing has to be replaced as well. Now let's go ahead and see some of the tests that you can perform on this winding. Well, let's begin by simply measuring continuity of the rotor winding. In order to do that, turn your multimeter to ohms reading. Right here we have an ohms. Put it on ohms. This is an auto adjust type, auto range type multimeter. If the multimeter is not an auto range type, put it on lower continuity setting, because we are expecting resistance of around 5 ohms in a normal alternator winding. So put it on ohms resistance. Usually the settings that pips for continuity can also be used. And go ahead and measure resistance. A good rotor should measure between 2 ohm and 5 ohm resistance. Let's go ahead and measure ours. Let's see what the multimeter is reading. Once the multimeter is placed on an ohm setting, go ahead and measure resistance at the slip ring. For example, for this particular rotor, we have a resistance of place one multimeter lead on one slip ring and the other on the other slip ring. This one is measuring 5 ohms. This one is measuring 5 ohms, so it's in good shape. But as you can see, it needs a little sanding. This one is not smooth. There is some burning on the slip ring. This one is very nice. It's a very shiny surface, but this one requires a little sanding. So this one, for example, the continuity test is very nice. You can measure it like so. Measure the resistance. It is reading 5 ohms. 5 ohms value is registered, so it's a very nice rotor. And also check if there is any grounding. Grounding is when the winding becomes in contact with the rotor iron core or with the body of the rotor winding. In order to do that, place the multimeter one on here, and you can place the other on any metal surface. There is no continuity. It means the rotor winding is not grounding. You can also use a beeping option. Look, for example, you can use this continuity tester. You can use the continuity tester. There has to be continuity between the rotor winding tips at the slip ring, and there should be no continuity with the metal part. See, there is no continuity. So this indicates the rotor winding is in good condition. If it reads, when you do like this, if it reads no beeping at all, it indicates the rotor winding is open. If indicates a very small ohm value, if it reads a very small ohm value, however, it indicates the rotor winding is shorted. For example, if it reads 0 ohm, for example, if it reads less than 2 ohm, it indicates the rotor winding is shorted out. So if the rotor winding is shorted out, you can rewind it. This can be removed and rewinding can be done, or you have to replace the entire rotor assembly as well. You can do the test for all the rotors. This one is a high-speed rotor, for example. You see these copper-plated slip rings. You can do the test in a similar fashion. Do continuity test. See? It's a little dirty, it needs cleaning, but as you can see there is continuity. But it needs a little cleaning. You can always sand it a little and check for any continuity. See, there is continuity. You can place it on ohms value and register the ohm value as well. Three ohms. This is reading 3 ohms. It's good. And you can also check continuity between the body and the slip ring. There should be no continuity whatsoever. So this rotor is also in good shape. As you can see, there are different configurations for a slip ring. Some of the slip rings are like this. They appear to be attached to the shaft. Similar slip ring we have right here. We have a similar slip ring configuration right here. This is a very high speed alternator. As you can see, the rotor blade, the rotor has cooling fixture right here. This will serve as a cooling fan. It can serve as a cooling fan, and the slip ring is very tiny. So this is simple method of testing operation of your car alternator rotor. And finally, let's go ahead and do the final test on this. Let's see. Continuity test on the slip rings. 5 ohms. If you find a little higher than normal value, you can always sand it, you can clean it and check again. 5 ohms, very nice. As you can see, when tested with the body, there is no continuity, so this indicates no grounding. So this is a very simple method of checking if your alternator rotor is functioning properly or not. These are the basic tests that you can do on your car alternator rotor. Well, dear viewers, that is all we have for you regarding some of the tests that you can perform on your car alternator. If you find this video helpful and if you like what has been presented, please smash the like button. If you are new to this channel, do consider subscribing, turn on notifications so that you will be notified whenever we come up with another video. Until then, stay safe.